Hi guys, good morning. I'm standing here today with two men that I met, and actually they're father and son. With that, I'd like for y'all to introduce yourself. Your names first.
Hi, my name is Scott.
Scott, how are you?
I'm okay. Been better.
I'm Joe. We're just surviving out here. Another day to, take the bull by its horns.
Where actually are you from?
So we're from Bucks County, a town called Fairless Hills. It's about a 20-minute drive from here. And we moved down here about 2 years ago.
Okay. When you say move down here, y'all have a place?
Well, initially we moved in with a friend, but that only lasted a couple weeks, and we've been homeless for almost 2 years now.
How do you survive out here?
You do what you have to do. Take help when you can get it. Philadelphia's actually been pretty good with as far as food and whatnot. Shelter is offered. You find places to stay and sleep and tuck yourselves away, but you do what you got to do.
It just started raining out here, so I still can't because rain, sleet, or snow. I still have to get back. With that being said, could y'all tell me a backstory on you guys and how y'all wind up down here and what are y'all doing and what changes are y'all making?
Okay, well, I'd like to start with, we were living in an apartment together with 3 generations. His father, him, and me. It's 3 generations. So his father got sick and he provided hospice care for him as he was dying. And I continued to work to try to keep our household income somewhat, sustainable so we didn't get kicked out, but it just wasn't enough. And when my grandfather finally did die, our finances weren't to the point that we could keep our modest apartment. And we were evicted January 2020.
When he died, it was already one income, was going right from the work there, and we just figured we were working at the time, and with a little time off, we were about 2 months behind. We feel as though we could have caught up, especially during the pandemic, being written into the stimulus and whatnot. We didn't think we were supposed to be put out, but regardless, we ended up here. Day by day, doing what we gotta do.
With that being said, when you guys had your stimulus, you were still out here?
Well, the one stimulus, no, we were in the apartment. And,
okay.
That's what I mean. I thought it was.
So there was 3 stimulus, right? The first 2, we still had our apartment. The third one, we were down here. It was odd walking around Kensington homeless with $1,400 in your pocket, knowing everybody else was too.
Dangerous.
It was a weird time.
And how long did that last?
It lasted me 2-3 weeks,
okay.
But I was fairly conservative. I try not to increase my usage, knowing that doing more just leads to a worse place. To where if I can get by with this much, I try to,
With that being said, y'all talked about the helping things out here. Have y'all taken any help, signed up for any housing, any things like that?
Well, we're in the process of signing up for housing now. There's a couple of things that you have to do, in order to remain on the list and whatnot.
They really want you to stay at a shelter to get into housing. Haven't done that. We haven't gone to a shelter yet. We just always made do with what we could, find or make to build a shelter, and we
I mean, my
made it this
understanding,
far.
my understanding is Philadelphia received a lot of money for housing. So, we're anxious
Something we're looking into
anxious
before
to get a
winter
place.
really sets in.
Right, absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
just did this last winter out here, and it's not something you want to
Last
go
two
through
winters.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. So what actually are your plans, guys, as far as the addiction goes?
Well, personally, I can't speak for him, but to me, it's just lost. It's not what it was anymore. Even the drugs themselves aren't what they were, and they're hurting you. They're causing sores all over the place, and you're spending money on something that's really not getting you where you want to be. So, this could be time to step back a little bit and maybe think of trying something else on.
Have you experienced any wounds or sores on you?
I have, yes. Abscesses.
I've had this. This was an abscess about the size of a golf ball. They had to cut it with a scalpel and pack it with gauze, but thankfully it did heal nicely, and
Yeah, I see it.
it's not
Good.
too bad compared to some other individuals down
Right,
here with missing
right.
limbs.
Yeah, they
Just
try to
mutilated.
provide, care, wound care and whatnot. It's available down Prevention Point.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do get a lot of wound care products
Um,
down here?
When I need
When
it,
it's
it's
necessary.
available. Yeah.
Okay.
You know when
So
you need
it's,
it.
as far as that, you can get it. You can get it. If you don't have it, that's your fault because it is available.
Okay, because I was worried about that. I do a live chat and I was thinking about considering getting wound care products
Right.
for you guys out here.
And it would be great. There's also people besides Prevention Point that'll, I don't know if they're former addicts or just people that care, but they do, pull up in their cars and they'll unload, stuff and they'll help out with food and clothes and a lot of wound
I'd
care
like to
stuff.
just add,
People in Philadelphia are great.
For every bad person you think you see in Philadelphia, there's another good person you're probably not seeing. And I believe that now over 2 years being here and seeing terrible things, seeing good things.
It's a
I truly
humbling
believe
experience.
that for every bad person here, there is a good person.
It's really a humbling experience.
Do you have any children? Say your name again.
My name's Joseph.
Joseph, you
They
have
call
any
me
kids?
Joe.
Joe?
I have no children. I'm
Good.
28 years old,
Okay.
and still have the rest of my life to live.
What are your plans as far as you being still a young man? Do you plan on
Well,
doing something with your life?
right now, my biggest concern is finding some kind of work and means to support myself. I've had a job since I was 18, and I always took care of myself, and it's just, it just ain't cutting it for me anymore.
Good with your hands?
I want for more,
You're good with your hands?
Yeah, I worked in a carpet mill for about 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
Now, you run a machine, but they call it hand-woven carpets because that machine only does what you tell it to do. It's an analog machine, nothing's digital. And there I was considered a skilled laborer, like a craftsman.
He's good at what he did. We
Okay.
actually work together.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
I got him
good.
a job, yeah.
That's good. So that actually builds your made your relationship stronger. When you decided, I don't know how it went, but far as father and son, when you guys decided to use together and become homeless together, was that any guilt set in with that?
No, absolutely, yeah. He's his own man. He's a grown man, so I didn't start him on this. Unfortunately, he started when I wasn't around there, like most kids and teenagers do behind their parents' back. But situations the way they are, we just ended up together down here, which is to look out for each other and as do. You know, I'm not proud of it. He's going to do it either way. And, you know, sometimes I think it's, you know, on the flip side of the negative part, at least I'm there. I'll be there to help him. I got his back and things. You know, I'm not for it. I'm not pro, you know, him using it. But if he's going to do it, at least I'm around to experience some of the stuff he's experiencing, good and bad. You know, it's a beast, man. Once you start, it's got you. So, you know, hopefully he's a very smart kid. Hopefully it's run its course, and you know, he can learn from the lessons that happened to him out here, mistakes he's made, and things he's seen, and go on to better himself and possibly help somebody else from the stuff he's learned out of it.
Have you had the Narcan one another before?
Not one another, no.
So
Okay,
I've had
good.
the Narcan him a couple times. Took
Okay.
it out of jail and OD, as so many people do. So after the first time, I was pretty scared the first time. But after that, I knew he would be okay if I just called the police or an ambulance. Because at the time we didn't really have Narcan on us.
Right,
They
and
didn't
fentanyl
distribute it
was
like
just
that.
starting out. I wasn't
Okay.
used to
So I had to
Okay.
call for an ambulance. I couldn't just Narcan.
Okay.
And for me to call 911, he knows I'm not going to do that unless I absolutely 100%. If don't do it, he's going to die. And he knows that. He's never mad at me for doing it. You know, he knew it was necessary.
He definitely stepped up and did what he had to do. He was very responsible of me. As I was saying, that, you know, nobody's safe when it comes to fentanyl because you really don't know if it's all in this side or that side or one bag or the other. So it's all a crapshoot, unfortunately. You know, and he did what he had to do. I'm proud of him. You know, maybe not his choices or decisions he's made as far as doing that, but you know, out here as far as helping people and you know, keeping his head on and staying calm and you know, really keeping me going too. I'm very proud of him. He's done what he had to do.
With that being said, is there anything you'd like to share with somebody that can help a kid or somebody that's struggling with addiction or thinking about coming out Kensington to use?
Well, first of all, addiction's no joke. It's not glamorous like on television and you know, rock stars and all that. It's not. It hurts your body, it takes your life down, it kills your loved ones, you lose time. And as far as, you know, coming out to Kensington, you know, Kensington is a world of its own. It's a beautiful place, but it's a dangerous place. You know, people have to sort of get used to Kensington. Kensington is, like, again, it's a beautiful place, but if you turn your back on it, it's going to bite you in the butt. That's for sure.
With that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for this interview. Remember, guys, Shafan, we are the world.
Shafan, we are the
Fine,
world.
we are the world. Please
Thank you.
subscribe.
Thank you, guys.
The leaves come round. You want someone to stick around. Troubles coming on the way, but you